Okay, so you're considering counseling. That's a huge step. Very courageous, in fact, because by the time you've gotten to this point, you've thought about it for a long time. And I want to commend you for your willingness to do this. It's a very courageous act. And usually when people come into counseling, they're confused, they're overwhelmed, they're at the end of their rope, and they say, I don't know what to do. Please give me some direction. And that's normal. That's really normal. And everyone that walks in the door when they first are considering this do the same thing. So I applaud you for your willingness to do this. So what has occurred so far, no matter what is in your life, it's probably chaotic and not orderly. And people are just saying, I want some order in my life and I want you to tell me what to do. And I've thought all along that possibly it's clarity that they want, because I keep thinking, yeah, if I understand, then I know what to do. And the truth is, I think what they want is certainty. So they want to understand, but at the same time, they want to know, what do I do now? Because I'm overwhelmed and I don't know what to do. The people in my life are out of control. I'm not reacting well to it myself either. So please give me some direction. So that's what this first segment is about, is to get you prepared to make that change in your life. And I can promise you this is not easy and it's not simple. It's painful. And that's what happens when you're willing to make changes in your life. So you think about change. So I want to make a change. What happens to you? Normally, instant anxiety. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to do something different. I'm going to have to take the time. I'd rather just go home and watch TV. I'd rather just chill. I'd rather not do this. But the truth is, this is a process. And this is a process that you do. It's not one that's done for you. And so this is up to you. And this is a huge decision. So I want to use a little idea here to kind of show you what it's like, because you really do have all your own answers. You just don't realize that you do. I want to show you first what happens when a change is occurring in your life. So let's just take this for an example. Christmas. Christmas, as the older that I get, people either choose to not engage in it anymore because it's a lot of work, and then they start pulling things out, and this is what they get. So they get this and go, forget it. It's overwhelming. I'm not going to do it. I think I'll just go pay someone or I'll just put it away. So, but what the truth is about this is sometimes we have to go through this very difficult process in order to get something beautiful. So when you think about Christmas and this gorgeous tree that is elegant and it's glistening and you just get that warm feeling and you're drinking your cider and you're listening to Christmas music, this happened first. Just like this process you're about to go through, this has to happen first and it's not going to feel good and you're going to want to run away, I assure you. So let's give you another one. So if you look over here, you'll see that there is a drawer. And this is the typical drawer that you open in your kitchen or your bathroom and you go to look for something and this is what occurs. It's messy, you can't get to it, and you keep saying, I'm going to get to this someday and make some order out of this. So we're wanting order and clarity. So if you take the time, which takes time, it's not painless, it's not simple, it requires effort on your part. If you're willing to do this, then you can get the orderly end. And you can get this place where you can find your pencils and you can find your safety pins and you can find your tape measure and things that you need for to get your task done. So if you can look at this process of you entering counseling in the same manner, then you'll see that it's just something that you have to go through in order to get to the desired outcome. So it is going to be painful. So in the process of going through this, I want you to know that learning is difficult. You know, people, when they want to go back to school, they have to do a whole lot of things before they choose to go back to school, and they've been out for a long time. And so there's a learning curve that occurs, and that's okay. So you'll need the support of information or going to a counselor or a supportive spouse or friend and ask for those things to get your needs met. This is a course about learning, and we think that learning is done on a linear process, and it's not. So it doesn't go from point A to point B on a straight line. It actually looks like this, and it's going to feel like this. And you're going to feel like you're going up and down and up and down, and eventually you get there. So even think about a spiral staircase. It takes you to where you're going to want to go, but it's a lot of work. You've got to go in circles. It's, you're out of breath, and it feels like you're never going to get there. But you take one step at a time, and you'll eventually achieve your goal. And that's what we're trying to do here. So we're going to spend the next few segments preparing you to make this change in your life. And there's no instruction booklet on how to do this. We didn't take a course in high school that says Instruction 101, this is how we make changes in our life. It's not. So you're going to make mistakes, and that's how human beings learn, is by making mistakes. I want you to think about misery. And no matter what your situation is in your life right now, you are seeking consult and counseling and direction for a reason. And most likely because you're struggling and it's miserable for you right now. And misery is an option. You get to stay in that if you want. And really, unfortunately, a lot of people choose to just stay in their misery because it's too hard to change. They don't like this process. And so if you don't feel like things are going well for you now and you'd like to make these improvements in your life, you have to ask yourself the question, do I want to get well? Do I want things to be better in my life? And the truth is, when you do this and your desire because you love the other people in your life, you can't change them. All you have control over is yourself. And people are going to want what you have once you have it. So are you ready, and do you want to get well? That's the question.